Hello, everybody, and welcome finally to the kind of tour of the Chaos build. I know it's been a long time coming, but this video itself was in total over 2 hours long, and I have cut it down to it's currently sitting at about 28 minutes and some odd seconds. Probably will be closer to 29 once I have, the outro and everything on it, but yeah, she's been hefty, that's for sure. But I wanted to make sure I went through and I tried to get a clip of every single room. Every room. So it was definitely a challenge in a way, just because I had to keep like backing out, seeing what the rooms were, going back in, kind of thing, and whatnot. And it was it was something, let me tell you. Plus, best part, some of the rooms towards the end were like glitching out, and no matter what I did, it would just glitch. So I had to kind of give up on some angles in some rooms. So you'll see, especially towards the end, like there's not as many angles of stuff than like others. So yeah, I threw up the first floor plan here. I don't know if I did the second. I can't remember. It let me tell you, it was a long period of time. If I do, it should be coming up right here shortly. But yeah, it's a hefty house, that's for sure. And so if you've been watching this and you have not seen the streams or the VOD of streams and are wondering what the heck are we watching right now, this is the Chaos build. I wanted to build something a little different because I was kind of feeling bored in a way of building what I was working on at the time, and I was just like, I need to do something that is crazy and fun and just get myself out there and doing things. And so what I did is I decided I was going to make a house, and I was going to roll dice to decide the size of the rooms and what it was. So I put down on an index card 1 through 20 different rooms. Some I listed multiple times, like living room, kitchen, bedroom, and then others I listed only once, like gym kind of thing. And so I rolled for the room, got the room type, and then I rolled a d10, and if it was a 1, I had to roll it again. That way I didn't have like one wide kind of thing. And then I rolled it twice. So if it was like 2 and 5, then it was a room that was 2 by 5. And so then I had that, and I had the type of room it was. So I did, towards the end of building it, have little like offsets of like the rooms didn't quite put together. So then I used dice to roll and be like, is this a separate room, or is it going to connect to one of the other rooms that is already here? And so you will see some odd shaped rooms, and that is because I did that. But yeah, this is definitely probably one of the funnest builds I have done, but it took so long. And that is just because it was pure chaos. I think it took like 2 streams to build or something like that, just to get the rooms all in. Maybe it was 1 just to get the rooms all in. But it took a few hours to get them all in, figure it out what they were going to be, and then I was like, okay, what are we going to now do? And so I kind of just started with just decorating how I wanted to. But I got to the point where I was kind of like, okay, now I'm getting bored of just decorating. So I was like, what can I do? And so some I did, I rolled for packs. I could only use certain packs for the room. Some I could have certain colors. So you'll see like there's color schemes in some of the rooms. Some were I rolled the dice and picked a color in a pack kind of thing. Like I did all kinds of different things. And it really made it fun because it was such a challenge to try and do these things without breaking my own rules, but at the same time breaking all kinds of rules. I mean, there is no rules in this challenge, but it was just for fun. There are a few things that I noticed going through and filming this, that like some of the shelves disappeared. I think at one point there's a toilet that disappeared. It was weird. I was very confused of why these had disappeared, but it was just kind of minor things, so I didn't really take the time to go in and add them again. If you're wanting to play with this house, it is up on the gallery. Your Sims might get lost, just saying. But if you do play with it, there might be a few things that you notice that you might just have to add back in. But otherwise, it is pretty fully done and usable. I have not put a sim in here to try and make it work, but there is a lot to it, obviously. There is this back staircase, and it's kind of almost like you could almost have a second apartment in the back because it goes up to a porch and like a kitchen area and whatnot. I just wanted a second entrance to the upstairs. Actually, that's like, I think like the third or something. I don't know. I don't even know how many staircases are in this. I think there's 3 that I'm aware of, that I can think of right now. But it was definitely a challenge. And so I highly recommend it, and I might do this with like a smaller kind of the same thing, of like maybe I'll just be like, okay, this is going to be this room. Let's roll for the size and do that. But you know, it was definitely something that got me out of my comfort zone, and so I highly recommend 100% recommend doing some kind of chaos challenge, because ultimately we did make it look good. Even though it's insane inside, it still looks pretty good. I did recently hear of a house, I guess, that is called like the Winchester Mansion or something. And this woman just kept adding to the house. And so there's like doors that lead to nowhere and stairs that lead to like the ceiling. And I was like, oh my god, that is like this house. I inadvertently made that house, kind of, in a way. And so I thought that was pretty cool to hear that there's actually like a house like that in real life, that someone just kind of, I'm not sure the whole story of the, I think it was like she thought that like the spirits were telling her she needed to build it, or she was trying to get away from him or something, confuse him in this house. So she had like carpenters live in the house, and they were changing things constantly. And so now the house, you can go do tours and stuff and kind of see how interesting it is. And I'm really interested in it. I've started getting a little more interested in it. Sorry I don't have more info about it before filming this, but I'm trying to get it to you guys. It has taken me like a month to edit. Oh my gosh. It normally doesn't take me this long, but like sitting here and being like, okay, where's the start of this little piece of clip? Where's the end? And as you can see, most of them are only a couple seconds long. But this video was like over 2 hours long. So it was definitely a challenge mentally to just sit here and do. So I did take my time on it. I took multiple editing sessions to sit and get it done for that reason, just because it was so mentally draining, because there was so much to it. But I'm so happy to have it done and for you guys to see. Like, this outdoor bar might be one of my favorites, not gonna lie. But there's so many parts of this house that I just look at and I'm like, wow, this is nice. I'm still a little iffy on the landscaping though, but if you know me and Sims, landscaping is not my forte at all. I'm always like, I need to fill the yard, and it's like, no, just do a little terrain painting, put a couple plants, it'll look fine. And I'm like, no, it must be filled. Even though, you look at someone's yard and they might have a couple plants out front and then it's lawn. No, sorry, Sims can't have that. So I'm not really sure how I feel about the landscaping because of that, but let me know what you guys think anyway, and kind of go from there, I guess. Maybe you guys can lift my spirits a little on the landscaping, because, yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that. But I loved using, and I don't even have all the packs, first of all. I don't have all the packs for The Sims, like expansion, game packs, kits, etc. I don't have everything. Far from it. And to be able to make this and make it so fun and so refreshing and feel what beauty I could bring to the chaos, like having my hand forced in certain rooms and still being able to produce like a pretty neat room was just amazing in feeling to me, because when you're restricted of, hey, you can only use this, make it look good. And then there was some where I'd restrict myself so much that it was like, I can't even put all the right furniture in this room. So like, what the heck is going on? As you can see, it kind of started getting a little glitchy there. There were times where it was incredibly glitchy, and it was so hard to get this video to work just because of the glitches. Like I said, towards the end especially, there were times I'd go through a room and I'd get like halfway through the room and like I was seeing like other parts of no, wait, this isn't San Myshuno. It's Del Sol Valley. I'm like, that's not where we live. And no matter what, whenever I'd hit that one spot, like I'd even like get out of this view, go do something else, come back in, do it again, glitch out. So I was like, okay, never mind. But I love the different vibes. Each room has its own vibe, but it's all chaos in this chaos house. Also, who wouldn't want this office as like their home office? Like, I made this, it's got a cute little porch, you get your little desk, but then you have couches and like bookshelves and such. I was like, can I just have this as mine? Like, can I live here? I feel like if you live in this house, you could just rent out every single bedroom, because there's a lot. Don't ask me how many there is. I don't know. I don't know how many bathrooms. I don't know how much of honestly anything is in this house. I could go count, but that's a lot. So if you guys want to go count, knock yourselves out. Please do. I am like, nah. But anyway, this one was one of my favorite kitchens, I think. And it's kind of close to the beginning of the house. I kind of went in like a weird circle in the downstairs, but it's hard to tell where you are in this house just because nothing connects right. It's a maze. It is a literal maze in this house. Most everything is connected in some form, but you may have to go through like 4 or 5 rooms just to get to the room that you wanted to get to, which makes it very, very difficult, but it also makes it fun and the same thing. And if anyone plays with this house as their house, please let me know how it goes. I need to know how chaotic it is. But I also want to know from you guys, what's your favorite room? Like, going through this, if you're looking in this, or if you've watched the streams, let me know what your favorite room was. Mine is probably the photography studio, but it just looks so good. This is the movie studio, kind of like YouTube studio type thing. But yeah, I think the photography studio, that might be my fave. That, and there's a few other rooms that kind of really, the upstairs deck area, that one was pretty good too. I really loved that. I loved the trees in it and stuff. So it might be a toss up between those two, just because both are so good. And I wish I had had the foresight to go through and put fish in all of the tanks before doing this. But I was like, whoa, I don't know what's going on. So I just did it. There was so many things that I could have gone through and done before coming in, but I also didn't want the person coming in and pulling things, wrecking things kind of thing. So I did leave it on pause, so a lot of like the fish wouldn't have even been moving. But yeah, this is also, I think, one of my favorite rooms. For some reason, I wish we had this teal color in more things of the washers, because, oh, I love it. I love it. This is one of the rooms that we had a pack for. We had to use like a country type pack or country feel. And it was fun also with the bathrooms, because I tried to make the bathrooms unique in their own way. And so a lot of them had like bright colors or like little like nooks and crannies that I thought were really neat. And I'm just so glad that I did this for these reasons of it was just so fun. Like this entertainment center looks so nice. I'm so happy with how that turned out. And everything else is just there's so much to it, and I'm really glad that I took on this challenge for that reason. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. And I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point, but I honestly don't remember. Yeah, see, we're getting a little bit of the glitches more. Some of the rooms was like, let's go yeet through, and then other ones was like, okay, we're gonna go slow. Some was glitchy, some was not. There's a glitchy one. But I did my best to get it not glitchy. As I said before, I've said this like a couple times. I apologize. I do not mean to say it over and over and over again. There's just a lot of house here. These hallways were ones that I had to do, I think, the country living pack. And then I wanted this bedroom space themed. So this is where you can kind of see where I was wanting like more themes, because I was kind of running out of ideas. And I was just trying to have a great time with it. This one was, I think, green. Maybe? No. I don't remember what this one was. But every room had its own little thing. I tried to make them all distinct, but still kind of uniform in a way. Obviously, there's some that stand out a lot more than others, but I did try and kind of make sure that the, chaos build did look like a house. Kind of. Maybe. I guess I'll leave that up to you guys if it actually looks like a house. This is not the deck area I was saying was my favorite. Even though it's kind of like the pool deck area upstairs. And then there's a couple rooms here that they were so small I could only get like one little clip out of. And I think there's a couple more that I only got like a clip or two out of. But I tried to at least get one for every room, because it deserved it. Here's the wolf shrine. Someone on stream asked for a wolf shrine, so we had to do it, obviously, because it was on Twitch, and I do other things on Twitch as well. So I was like, I want people's input. If you want me to build a room a certain way, let me know. So I was super glad that someone did take the offer and was like, hey, can you do this? And I was like, heck yeah, I can do this. So that's why the wolf shrine is there. This is a cute little area. That was the area of that I said could almost be another little like apartment kind of thing. So I was pretty happy with how that came out of it. Kind of like worked all together. Here's the photography studio. I'm obsessed with this. Like all the mirrors, all the curtains, all the little props I added. I was loving it. I was so happy with how it came out. I was thinking about it even after the stream was done, that's how happy I was with that. So that studio, like, it was just so good. And there are some rooms that I'm not happy with, and like I see this going through and I'm like, that's not a good room. This is not one of them. I just I did see one briefly and I was talking about something else. So there are a few I'm not thrilled with, but they're not terrible either. And some, like this nursery, I never know what to put in a nursery. So I did my best, but I'm like, it feels so lackluster. Like, there's not enough in it. And I really tried. I did try. As much as it was supposed to be chaos, I did try. I will admit that. I did want it to come out good. And here's a nice wardrobe. Like, could you imagine having, like, that wardrobe with nice big mirrors and you could stand on the thing and, like, frill around in, like, a dress or anything? Ah, that would be so cool. This room, I did like this room. I split it as, like, 2 rooms in one and kind of did a similar overall theme, but each side kind of had their own color scheme, and I love it. It came out so good. I was like, heck yes. So this is one of my top rooms, I think. This one was, I had to use a specific pack. So much fun. So much fun. I wish I could go through and talk about every single room on this because I think it would be fun. But that's really what the VODs are for. So if you want kind of like the in-depth as I'm thinking about them, just go watch the Twitch VODs. They're all in a playlist. Here's a bright yellow room for you. And I kind of go into detail a little bit as I'm making them of what we're doing, like what I rolled, what I had to use, and go from there. So if you really want that like in-depth look, that's where you'll kind of have to go, because I don't know if I could sit here and talk about all of them like that in depth. I mean, I probably could, but it would take a while, and I don't honestly remember all of them. So that's why I say, if you go look at like the VODs, all the information's there. So we have another laundry room. Big laundry room. I think all the laundry rooms except for like one were pretty big, and I was like, that worked out interesting. But that's just how I did it, and that's part of the chaos of you never know what you're gonna get. I did allow myself to add walls kind of like in the middle after I built the room. Like, it had to still be in the room, but we could like do things a little bit to it, add walls, make like little partitions type thing and whatnot, and kind of go from there. It's just one of those things of, especially when you have like a 10 by 10, there's only so much you can do before you're like, okay, this is just such a big space. And so that's why I kind of cut some up, and some I did connect, where if it was like 2 hallways or 2 like Zen rooms, I'd connect them. So it's kind of like one big one. But yeah. This section of the house is a pretty favorite of mine too. I loved how this kitchen turned out, and then there's like a bar area. The bar is definitely one of my faves. This is one of my favorite bathrooms, like this bright orange bathroom. Like, oof, yes. But this side of the house definitely has, I think, some of my favorite rooms in it. This is not, I was expecting the bar to come up a little quicker than this, so I was like ready to talk about it, and now it's like pancakes on the wall. I think this is when we get into it. The bar is right here at the end. Yes, this is it. This is probably one of my favorites as well, just because it's so cute, and it made it look so industrial, but with like that little bit of plant life. Just, I loved it. And it's just really fun when I get to build something too that I really enjoy. Obviously, I enjoyed this whole thing, but as I said, there were some rooms that I was not a fan of. But, like, especially when you get one that you really, really love to build, and then you get to do it, and it comes out amazing, and you're like, oh my god, yes. That is the best part. That is the best part of building. Even like outside of this build, just in general, being able to build something and then sitting there and being happy with it and proud of it is just, it's a win. It is a huge, huge win for me. So we are getting kind of towards the end of the house. We're getting in the back. And there's going to be, the Christmas bathrooms. This is what I mean, where I kind of sectioned off the walls. It'll show little clips of, I did like bath in its own, little like toilets. It's still the main room, but there were like sections. I think that one came out pretty good too. That one was hard because it was glitchy and I couldn't get good angles, but that one was fun to build. And I honestly struggle with kids' rooms, kids in nurseries. They get me. I don't know why I have so many issues with it. I can never build a good kids' room. I don't know why. I just never feel content with them afterwards. And maybe because I don't have a whole lot of packs, I don't know. But, maybe that'll change in the future. Who knows? It is getting close to one of my favorites is, yes, this area, this bar and deck area is absolutely one of my favorites. Just how it came out, how it looks is just, I love it so much. Like the trees lining the stairs and the spaces it has. I absolutely loved this part of the house. Definitely one of my favorites. So I think that one and the photography studio and that like industrial bar might be my top 3 rooms in this chaos build. They are definitely great rooms. Like I loved this one, this long kitchen, and there's all kinds of others that I just look at and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. But yeah, definitely, guys, if you use this house, let me know. I gotta know. And I think this is the last room before, we get outside. So this is just going to be kind of the back of the house a little bit, showing you what the back looks like. And I got some pretty neat angles off the back of this. I was pretty impressed with how they came out. And I was sitting there like, wow, you can actually get this angle. There's the dog jingle. You gotta have the dog jingle in every single one of my videos, It's not a Rex Plays video without the dog jingle in the background. So this angle especially, I was like, ooh, yes. But this does mean that we are coming to the very end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this chaos build. I did. And so just let me know if you did use it down below in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this journey we went on, making this absolutely hectic, chaotic monstrosity and finishing it. And yeah, I will be back again soon with less chaotic Sims videos. This pretty much tops it. So anyway, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Much love to all of you. And I will see you all very soon. Bye, everybody.